Well, we were treated to yet another edition of the North London Derby, but this time Arsenal are the ones that reclaimed all the glory after Spurs have been dominating this fixture for a bit now. Stevie Nicol is here with me for this one. Stevie, 2-1 to the Gunners at home. Before we get to what Arsenal did so right, let's talk about Erik Lamela, because that's who everyone is talking about, at least on the socials, because it was really the good, the bad, the ugly, all in one and in one man. Stunning Rabona for the goal for Spurs. And then he gets himself sent off. And you wonder if he kind of hurt his case with this one in terms of having everyone asking why he's not playing more if he's capable of stunning goals like that.
Well, you've kind of said it already. That's what you get with Lamela. You get the good, you get the bad, and you get the ugly. He's inconsistent, and that's why he's not a regular starter. As long as he's been at the club, he's been in and out. But every now and again, he shows quality that makes you think, okay, he's ready to take the next step and put a run of games together. And what you saw from him today with the Rabona is the ability, is the capability to do something from nothing and surprise us all with a fantastic goal. But then we also saw the other side of Lamela, the ugly side, where he gives free kicks away, he takes yellows for no apparent reason. And of course, today, just when you're on a yellow, you have to be goody two shoes. You got to watch what you're doing. You don't run around throwing your arms around, and that's what he did. It's ill discipline, and he ends up getting sent off. And a game which could have been for him remembered for all the right reasons, the Rabona, he's going to spoil it again by being sent off.
All right, well, let's talk about Arsenal now, Steve, because they're the ones that definitely won the derby. How happy with this performance will Mikel Arteta be, especially knowing that he made a very risque, big call in leaving out Aubameyang at the start for what we're hearing is disciplinary reasons?
Well, that will now disappear because of the great performance that the players that did play put on against Tottenham. That's, in my opinion, who cares about that now? We should be talking about how good Arsenal were, the players that were on the field, because this is about as dominant as an Arsenal team has been over Tottenham, and as long as I can remember. The one thing that Arteta will be a little disappointed with is the fact that in the end they had to hold on, which shouldn't have been the case, because they were by far the better side. They played the football. They created, they hit the bar, they hit the post. They did score 2 goals and deservedly won this game. So it's a wonderful performance from Arsenal. Just a little fortunate at the end. Gabriel, one head and one off the line. Harry Kane, obviously just before that, hit the post. So it could have been disappointment. But in the end, that will be forgotten. And what will be remembered is a thoroughly one-sided and no question deserved victory for Arsenal.
Well, it's another week, another day, another match, another Arsenal game that we're covering. And I always ask you this, and I'm going to ask you again, Stevie, from what we've seen today, finally, do you think Arsenal are onto something here? Or you're still not convinced?
Listen, they've completely dominated a Spurs side that, in all honesty, were awful. I mean, you talk about a lack of commitment to anything, because I don't know what Tottenham were trying to do today, because, as I said, they weren't committed to anything. They weren't committed to defending. They weren't committed going forward. They weren't committed in the tackle in the middle of the park. I mean, I didn't see anything at all. I couldn't figure out what Spurs were trying to do today. That's how bad they were, other than the 10-minute spell at the end where it was hear them, scare them, and they were trying to get something from nothing. This was just an awful, awful performance from them.
Well, to add to their awful night, we did see Heung-min Son also pull up with an injury and had to come off. Watch the rest of the match on the sidelines. We're waiting to hear an update exactly on what was ailing him. But how worried should Spurs be on this one, just given the fact that he and Harry Kane have literally just been on song for them this entire season?
No, it definitely will be a worry. Bale's had a couple of decent games. Wasn't a factor today, but generally it's been Harry Kane and Heung-min Son is who Mourinho and Spurs are relying on. So if Son's not there, allied to the fact that you kind of wonder what Spurs are still trying to do. I mean, we're coming towards the end of the season, and we're still not sure what Spurs are. Are they a team that can go and dominate with a front four that looks great with Son and Kane and Lucas and Bale? Are they a team that sits tight and just runs at you at pace? Are they a team that tries to just go and outplay? I mean, I have no idea. We're less than 10 games from the end of the season, and I still don't know what Spurs are. So listen, Heung-min Son looks to me as though he's got a hammy. I'm going to guess that's what it is. That means at least 2 or 3 weeks, no question. Bad news for Tottenham.
And then just still sticking with Spurs, because you said you still don't even know exactly what Spurs are trying to do. For the last couple of games, and they have been on form, they have picked up a couple of wins in a row. We've seen how Jose has almost let them play a bit more freely, a bit more positive and attack-minded. And we obviously did not see that today. Is that how they should just go back to then for the rest of the season?
You have no idea. You know, at one stage they were dynamite at staying tight and then breaking. And then they've had a little spell where they've opened up right from the get-go and gone at teams, and then you think, well, okay, maybe this is the way forward. And then we come to today where we see neither one of those or anything else. So listen, it's a toss of a coin with Tottenham right now. And they're starting to run out of games. They need to start winning games if they want to get A in the top four or B in Europe. So yeah, I don't know where Spurs are, honestly. I really don't.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content plus live streaming, make sure to subscribe to ESPN Player.